Alright, how's it going? I'm that ginger photographer. I've just bought my first ever Fuji camera. How exciting. You might be surprised to find out that it's not the X100 Mark V, it's actually a Fujifilm X-T3. Now, I wanted a little camera that was just for me, a little bit of a camera just for personal work, something that I could throw in my pocket, throw in a bag. I could take it on holiday, I could give it to the kids to take pictures with, and also could try some street photography with, because that's what I'm really enjoying at the minute. But I feel like my Canon R6 is a little bit too professional, too big and too heavy, and it draws attention. So I wanted a little bit of a smaller camera that I could just take with me that draws less attention and looks that little bit less professional. I'm not slagging you off if you use it professionally. It's obviously still a professional camera, but I just wanted something that didn't look as big and as in your face as my big Canon R6. So this is doing the job. Really happy with my decision. I've had it a little while now. I've been trying to get used to it because obviously going from a brand like Canon, using it for 12 plus years, to then completely different setup, completely different camera. It's taken a little bit of time to get used to it, but I'm really happy with the decision, to be honest. And it's a great little camera that fits in your pocket. I got this one with a 23mm lens because it's the equivalent of a 35mm on a full frame sensor, so I went for the 23mm. Might look at getting something a little bit closer in, maybe the equivalent of a 50mm or an 85mm. I'm not sure what the maths is on that. You can work it out for me. I got this used from mpb.com. At the time I was trying to get the X100, but you just couldn't get them, and now you can get them again, but it seems that the price is almost doubled. So I'm happy with this. I'm happy with what I got. Obviously when I used to go on holidays, when I used to go out with the kids and stuff, this was my setup. This was my 35mm and this was my 5D Mark IV. Absolutely huge when you look at that compared now to the crop sensor of this. I mean, look at those lenses, what a difference. I also went for the silver again because I think it looked, I don't want to knock anybody that uses it professionally again, but it looks less professional. It looks more like a film camera, so it's not drawing the eye of people. It's not drawing any attention other than people thinking, wow, that's a cool camera. So again, that's the reason for going for the silver, but also I'm used to black plastic. I didn't want black plastic again. I wanted something a bit cool, something with an edge to it like me. Heavier than I thought it would be, to be honest. Probably all the metal. One thing I am struggling with, I don't know if it's me, I don't know if it's for the camera, or I don't know if it's just because I'm used to my Canon R6, but it's not as good at focusing as I was hoping it would be. It's not as good as tracking. For some reason, I'm using center point focusing, and I'll focus on my subject, my kids, for example. I'll recompose the shot, and then obviously because of that center point focusing, it refocuses to whatever's in the center of the frame. I've also tried, I don't know what type of focusing you'd call it, but I've tried the focusing where it just picks different points. It picks what it thinks should be the subject. I've tried that focusing setting as well. Not great, not ideal, especially if people are moving through the frame. It's just not tracking them as well as hoped to be. Maybe I've been spoilt with the R6, but for what I need it for, it's great. Other than that, it's a great camera. If you've got any tips on improving that focusing for me, let me know in the comments. That'd be a massive help, to be honest. What I do love about it is how small it is. Obviously, as I've mentioned, how I can just throw it in the pocket. I love the feel of it. I absolutely love the feel of it, and just being able to hold it like this, I think it's a great... It's getting a bit excited, Dana, but it's a great little camera to hold. Love these dials. Can be a little confusing at times, but yeah, I do love the dial controls as well. At the minute, they're set in auto, obviously, because I'm not used to it yet. One thing I've got to give this camera, which I think is great, is that it's got some film simulations on there for your pictures. I'm not sure if they're baked in or not into the raw files, but it's got some film simulations on there. I've got classic Chrome at the minute, and the files look ready to go straight out of camera for me. I know that's always the same whenever you look at another camera's files, or whenever you look at another person's files straight out of camera. You always think, oh wow. I used to love Nikon's files straight out of camera because they're a little bit warm, a little bit brown, and I thought those were great. And I've looked at these now. Really happy with these straight out of camera. Almost looks like they don't need editing. They obviously do. We all know they do. So all in all, a great little camera that I'm really happy with. Going to take some getting used to, and if I can get around those little bits that I'm struggling with, then I think I'll be away. I am going to try some street photography with it soon, which I will be recording and will be documenting, because I do think I'll feel less self-conscious that everybody's looking at me because it is such a smaller camera. At the minute, I don't think I'd be using it in a professional capacity. I don't think I'll be using it on any commercial jobs, anything like that. Not because of the camera, purely down to me. I'd rather be comfortable knowing that I know exactly what I do with the camera when I need to. Don't want to be messing about with settings or getting blurry photos in the middle of a job and coming up with errors. I'd rather just stick to what I know until I know that I've gotten used to it, and I can deliver banging images with it. Banging. So yeah, a great little camera. If you're looking for something that's little like this that you can just throw in a pocket and use for personal stuff, then I'd highly recommend. And if you want to follow my street photography journey with this, make sure to hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. I love you, bye.